Hey guys, so before we begin our 69th issue, we're going to do a little bit of a disclaimer. This issue is going to feature some adult activities that we normally don't do on this podcast. So we are going to do a viewer and listener discretion advisory here. Normally we wouldn't do this, but in honor of the issue 69, obviously, we wanted to kind of celebrate, have some fun here, amongst the three of us. And hopefully some good comedic moments come out of it and you guys all enjoy it. Again, viewer and listener discretion is advised. This is something we usually don't do on the podcast. This is just kind of like a one-time thing for issue 69. With that said, are we ready to start off this podcast?
Let's start drinking!
Let's go! It's party time! Issue 69 is finally here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about DC Fandome, and the Batman finally gets a trailer. But you know what? I can't do this intro all on my own.
He couldn't do it all on his own, so that's why we're going to cut in. Bryan told me I can say as much as I want this episode, so I'm going to put it to the test. That's number one.
So Bryan just sat me here. He didn't have my line ready, so I don't know. Here's the 69.
So what are we waiting for? Let's get this issue started, ladies and gentlemen. Issue 69. Cheers.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers. From 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California, in the heart of Uptown Whittier. Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue 69. My name is Bryan.
And I'm Nick.
Rene.
And welcome to the show. Woohoo!
Hell yeah, motherfucker. Woohoo! We can curse this episode. I'm going to do it as much as possible.
Yeah! So I'm going to have to bleep the first minute.
Why?
Because YouTube.
Oh, that's right. When they do the thing.
When they do the algorithm.
Well, that'll be even funnier, too. Bryan's going to let me say so many times. Beep, 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 beep.
So. Bryan said he's going to let me just say and then just beep. He lied.
So we're drinking some spicy juice over here. We're swearing because this is going to be a let loose free episode. Why not, right? In honor of 69, the very special, beautiful number that it is.
I was very shocked when you told us to come clothed. I was very shocked.
You wanted something different.
Oh, yeah, I did. It was a lot of mask things.
I'm going to tell you right now, this
some leather was involved.
Editor me better be ready because I feel like this episode, as it keeps going on, it's just going to deteriorate and just going to be weird and random and
I
obscure.
Can't wait because it's kind of like you trying to piece together what happened after a night after you've blacked out. And you just seeing video of you and kind of going why did I say that?
I just want to see Rene because Rene can do one of two things. One, he could be very quiet and observant and go or he can be very talkative and be like, yeah, sure, but this is what I think.
And then the third thing of him just saying a lot of really fucked up shit,
Hey, I'm not going to bleep that one out.
Hey, we got to the unbleeps.
Or did we?
I'm trying to get 50 of them. I'm trying to get 50.
Why? Why do you have to say the F word so much, dude?
Because
Can you use some other words? Maybe
It shows the versatility of the word.
I could use it as a noun. I could use it as
adjective,
a verb.
verb.
I could use it as an adjective.
It's even an adverb.
So just a fair warning, we did put a disclaimer at the beginning of this issue just because we wanted to make sure that, our audience that are usually, okay with the fact of talking, without the, cuss words and everything, they're going to be okay. If, some kids listen to this and, some parents, don't want to hear us.
Tell us so that way I can convince Bryan to let us do it all the time.
I'd have to run it by, you'd have to run it by your producer.
Yeah, exactly.
Me.
That's why put it in the comments. Say, I like it when Nick curses.
Unhinged. Keeping Up with the Nerds Unhinged.
Oh my God.
A web series.
It's going to be after dark.
Keeping Up with the Nerds After Dark. Between two bottles instead of between two ferns.
Oh my God.
There it is.
That was beautiful.
Listen,
Yes.
it's episode 69. That means it's in between two thighs. That's what that means.
We got some people asking for this. They're like, ooh, Drunken podcast.
I just to let you guys know, it shows Arizona. But
No, it is Arizona. What are you talking about? YouTube, it's Arizona.
It's
Arizona,
For
buddy.
YouTube, it's Arizona.
For YouTube. For Spotify, wink.
Yeah, wink on that, because dude, now it's starting to hit me. I was good. I honestly, I was good.
You took like 3 sips before.
Because I had to take the take. I took 3 sips and I was like, oh no.
Dude, could you imagine if like people actually listen to this and it becomes like our most viewed and listened to issue?
That means we have to do every episode.
Every episode has to be like this, and it's like, dude, we don't have livers like cold ones do.
I do.
Well, you do. Mine was shot.
Mine.
Last month.
Dude, your liver is so weak. So it's like a wee little baby.
Oh my God. All right. So we got some stuff to talk about today.
Right.
We got DC Fandome, which just premiered October 16th. By the way, if you guys want to know our, non-inebriated thoughts on DC Fandome, you guys can go check out keepingupwiththenerds.com. We did post up a mini cast. It's going to be a new thing. So if you have not, fair warning, there's a bunch of stuff that's going to be happening. So Keeping Up With The Nerds, the YouTube channel, we did post an announcement video on Saturday. Did I say Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Saturday.
We posted an announcement video on Saturday, then we did an actual video of it on Sunday.
Yes.
And then this would be Wednesday.
Something like that. Basically, you're going to be seeing some uploads coming in on YouTube with some thoughts on DC Fandome.
Sometime during the week.
Yes. And then we have a mini cast, which is going to be premiering on Sunday, like Nick said. And that is going to be mainly, posted on our website. So those mini casts are going to be extra items that we're going to be doing to kind of keep the Nerdy Planet tab occupied and busy. So if we have thoughts of things that we normally don't get to on the podcast, it's going to be on there. It could be one of us, 2 of us, 3 of us. It just depends, but it's going to be a small little portion content-wise for you guys to enjoy as well.
I feel so bad.
Why?
Because Mandy is at your house.
With Andy.
Working so hard to make us dinner.
Yes.
And you're going to get there and fall asleep.
No. Why would I? No. Listen,
get to the bottom of that can and tell me the same thing. Tell me different. When you get to the bottom of that can, and then tell me different.
We deserve a break because we've done 69 of these issues. We've done like 72 of them actually, because we did 3 annuals. Yeah,
you guys have done way more than I have.
But you know what? If it wasn't for you, Nick, we wouldn't have gone as far as we've gone now.
Would you have stopped? Would you honestly stopped?
No, I feel that we still be in the same way before you came, where it's just like we would just upload and just be less interactive how we are now.
You know what it is? It's a lot more work. Yes. I feel like I came on and I added so much more work.
But you know what?
No, but it's helped us out.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Because here's the thing. You came in and you're like, oh, yeah, analytics. Oh, yeah, data. Oh, yeah, do this. Do a website. And I'm like, cool.
Literally, when after Nick's first episode, which was the Justice League one, right?
Yeah.
It was the Snyder Cut?
Right, yeah.
Snyder Cut. After that episode, we literally just stood outside after we closed up here, wrapped everything up, and we're just talking to Nick the whole night. And Nick was just telling us of like what we are capable of doing.
Yeah, just different things that
you are so much more than you think. And we were like, okay, Nick, I'm sorry.
Just stop yelling at me.
Stop
you can do this. You can do that.
No,
do it.
No, it wasn't even that. It was more I looked at like what you guys had been doing, and then as I've come from years of podcasting and stuff like that. Failed podcasting, but it's podcasting.
No, you know what? I'll be on the same boat because we've known each other for almost 10 years. I think if not 10 years, and throughout that friendship, I think I've produced maybe like 3 or 4 different things, 2 different podcasts.
Like 9 years.
Yeah.
Like 8 or 9 years.
So I've produced stuff. It just hasn't gone anywhere. This is the first time that I'm looking at something and going like, yeah, you know what? It's like a handful of listeners, 10, 20 people. And, 75 subscribers on YouTube. We've hit a milestone. 75. 25. If you guys know people that are not subscribed to Keeping Up With The Nerds on YouTube, tell them. We're almost at 100. Can we reach 125 by the end of the year?
I think we can.
Let's do it. 125 by the end of the year. Let's go.
Here was my thing. Because there's a lot of, just behind the scenes, guys, there's a lot of ways that people get subscribers. And there's a lot of ways that people make inorganic subscriptions. And I think I told you guys early on that I didn't want to do any of those inorganic ways, and I wanted to organically grow.
Yeah.
And
whose phone?
Dude.
Whose phone? Who? Rene? You unprofessional son of a bitch. I can finally say that because you're not believing anything.
You unprofessional son of a bitch. No. But
you and I are gonna have a talk after this.
No, but the thing is that there's a lot of podcasts that get started but they start with inorganic subs, and then people look at their Instagram and stuff like that, and then it says, oh, they have like 2,000 or so subscribers and stuff like that, and then and then automatically goes like, oh, they must have a following, so I listen, and then that grows their following, and everything else. When I first talked to you guys, I was like, okay, we have to do this organically first. And then we can then see about doing it inorganically and everything like that, because we need to see how much we can grow throughout the year, like organically and stuff like that. Because we have had offers. We've had offers.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait, what offers? What offers are we talking about?
No.
Why has this not gone through my desk? Why have this not been popped up on my desk?
Yeah, they have. I told you about it. Yeah.
That's why I just remember which ones.
People saying that they can boost us and they can do everything like that. And they can,
but that's the thing.
Give us like 3,000
let me put it
subscribers in a week.
You telling us to grow organically has, stimulated our creative brain. No, you're good. It stimulated our creative brain, because if it wasn't for that kind of like mentality that you had, I don't think Rene and I would have possibly sat down and, produced and written and, thought of different things. The spooky tales, the tales from the Tales of the Nerd, or Tales from the Nerds, things like that we're producing, it's great. And I'm looking at it. Andy was looking at it, and granted, it's my fiance, but she's looked at the video. She's like, yeah, your editing and, writing has actually improved a lot since the beginning. I'm just filming using an M50, Canon camera with a 35mm cinema lens.
It's a good start.
It's a good start,
Yeah.
I don't have, quality production items, but we're doing something with it. We're running cell phones to, record the podcast. The granted, Undercity Comics is allowing us to produce the content here
at night.
At night,
yeah.
We're doing this. We're putting in tons of work.
Yeah.
And this isn't something like, at the end of the day, if this goes south, knock on wood, it never does, and we grow something out of this, we can look back on it every year and say, damn, like we went from this to where we are now.
Well, I mean, I think you guys have grown since the beginning of the year. I think you guys got 50 subscribers in the past
we were at 20 something at this time around last year.
So
now we're at 75. We're at 50.
So we've grown 50 in the past 6 months, 7 months since I've been here. So I mean, it's a steady growth. It's steady growth. The stuff doesn't happen overnight.
No, you just got to keep producing stuff.
You got to keep producing stuff and make things that are good. And that's what I come to you guys for. I like viewership and I like all of that, but you guys have to comment and tell us what you guys like. Tell us what you hate. And stuff like that. Tell me what you want me to produce.
It grows us to be better.
Wait, only you? We, Nick.
Well, because I mean, in general, but in general, when we all look at it, it's one of those things of then we all come together and go should we do it?
That's always a conversation.
That's always a great conversation of just should we do this?
Because we can go a little spicy sometimes.
But going back on this, the website was something huge. We look back on it. I looked at it. I just recently updated the entire layout, and I'm like, damn, this actually looks professional. It looks legit.
Yeah, after I told you what you did wrong.
Yeah, okay, just the one thing on the homepage. Can you fucking let it go?
What was that?
So
it's because it said.
So he had Keeping Up with the Nerds.
Yeah.
So he had the very beginning of it. It was the very top. And
Yeah.
it said Keeping Up with the Nerds. And then he left the Contact Us button.
Mm-hmm.
But it said Contact Me. And it had a white Keeping Up with the Nerds over the logo of Keeping Up with the Nerds. And you couldn't even see the logo. You couldn't even see it. It was white. It was it was just like.
But it said
color,
want to follow me or something like that.
Yeah,
on there.
Want to follow me.
creepy.
And then I was like, yeah, and I was like, you should really take this off. And then he goes. Because I was looking at it earlier when you were working, and I was like, and he goes, yeah, look at it. It looks really good. And I'm like, well, it needs editing. And he goes, what? What could possibly need
Because
editing?
you fucking keep telling me shit. I'm like, dude, I try my goddamn hardest, okay?
No,
and you come at me, you're like, hey, you need this to be done.
No,
and I'm like, the fuck,
What's
Dick?
funny is that we're only talking about this because we are a little bit more lightheaded now.
You know
thought
what?
it was
Last
so
time we
funny.
were this was issue 50.
Yeah.
The last time or issue 49.
The issue 49 is when you guys were drunk and I was behind the can. And I was behind the can.
Yeah, and so now
this is
Nick's
sober.
opportunity to do so, and we've only
And I was
done it
sober.
for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think
Because you guys told me, hey, buzz up and like go ahead and think about what you're going to be doing. And then I'm looking at the camera going, how am I going to intro this? Already going like, you know?
You're already forgetting your lines.
Oh, you having a problem there? You're already forgetting your lines.
But no.
Can we talk about the Batman? Like we need to get him like that, and then talk about the Batman. So I was like, if Batman comes out,
so when we were going through. Speaking of Batman, so when we were going through DC fandom.
We have to get on topic at some point.
Yeah, I gotta swing us.
Finish your thought.
I gotta swing us.
No,
back
because we still
topic.
have to talk about like DC fandom, and then we
I know
get to
that's
the
why.
tidbits
So
of
speaking of Batman, so we were going into DC fandom. I watched it at Bryan's house.
Yeah.
Me, Bryan, and
Andy.
and Andy.
I was here.
His
at my
fiance. Unfortunately,
But I was streaming it here.
Fortunately.
Well, I mean, I would have loved to have watched it.
Unfortunately.
No. I say unfortunately because I would have loved to have watched it with all three of us. You know, because that would have been hilarious. Because we
Give us the Batman trailer.
Oh my god! So we start getting to the end of. Reaching DC
the end of
fandom. Mind you, it's been like 3 hours 45 minutes, and they keep on saying the Batman trailer is coming. Every single time there's a cut or like a break, they always go Batman trailer next, and I'm like, all right, cool, it's coming up next. And then I talked to Bryan and his fiance, and I'm like, it's gonna be the last. It's gonna be the last goddamn thing that they.
It was
showed.
Obviously it was
It's gonna be the last thing they show, and then they were like, "Yeah, obviously it's gonna be the last thing." And then once they start showing, I think it was like, who was showing off the artwork, like the students' artwork?
Oh, that was Jim Lee, wasn't it?
Jim Lee was like, "Oh, Jim Lee was like."
We got a lot of great stuff working up for you guys. It's gonna be beep 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 and beep 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 beep.
Oh yeah, so Jim Lee just starts going off on like look at all these artworks that we had received from DC fandom, and while I'm in Bryan's house with his fiance and his dog, I am now going, God damn it, Jim Lee, show me the fucking thing! I will fucking cut you! Show me the fucking thing! I am getting.
Is this verbatim?
No. He was like there. Okay, so legitimately, he was looking at the whole thing, and he's just like, dude, if Matt Reeves comes out and a giant dick just straight up comes out of the TV, and he tells me to suck it for me to watch the Batman trailer, I do it. I wouldn't even.
This is the only way to get to the Batman trailer.
No, honestly, I said I don't know how. I said I don't know how it would happen, but if it did, I wouldn't be surprised. And I do it.
Can you imagine that though? It's a perfectly drawn.
I did. Trust me, I did.
It's Jim Lee, so it's a perfectly drawn anatomy dick.
Matt Reeves.
No. I said it was Matt Reeves' dick
Reeves
pops out,
dick.
and he's just like, yeah, that's right. You got to suck this in order to get to the Batman trailer. I know you want it, bitch. I know you want it.
You want the trailer? You know what to do.
And then at the very end, he goes like, "Now let me slap you with it."
I'm like, because he kept like, I don't know why you were trying so hard for me to believe that. Like in my mind, I'm like, yes, obviously, like, duh. Who do you think I take you for? Huh? Honestly,
why are you
as a
holding the mic?
because I'm uncomfortable like standing next to it, so I'm gonna hold on to it. But I was like,
we're doing this off book,
unscripted.
Now I'm doing it too. I'm joining him.
I'm joining the grace of like having it.
Jesus Christ, you guys are a fucking mess.
Shut up! You already said you were feeling it too.
5.
I'm 5. You're a 5.
You're 5.
I'm at 5 fucks. 6.
Fuck. 7.
Fuck.
8.
I'm trying to get to 50.
I'm at 8 fucks. 9 fucks. 10 fucks.
It's the journey to 50. Fuck. It's the journey to 50.
11 fucks. Ah, god dang it. 12.
Anyway, no, yeah, literally, I was getting mad at the TV. I think I told Joey, his dog, to fuck off. His dog jumped up and he was like trying to go like pet me, and I was like, fuck off, Joey. The fucking and then
hey, you know what? At least I was curious. I was what's the wrong word I'm looking for? I was courteous.
You were courteous.
I was courteous. I was like curious. I was courteous because the TV at my place is angled towards a window, which is terrible.
You started turning off all the.
I was closing closing all the windows, making sure.
I did mention to Joey though. I did tell Joey, and I was like, Joey, I swear to God, if you bark during this goddamn fucking trailer, I will punch you out the window.
I was like punting, like from Anchorman. That's how I roll.
I will punch you out the window because you are disturbing my Batman. It was so fun. It was so funny though because I had this moment with Joey, and then literally 5 seconds after I said this to Joey, he turns around and goes, "Joey, I swear to God, if you bark." And then immediately I went, all right, well, at least me and Bryan are on the same page.
Well, because it was the Batman trailer. You can't okay, DC fandom. Yeah. Let's
Your dog was barking, I think, like at least 45% of the way.
Oh yeah, no, he like every little noise that was outside. There was a point where like the trailer, or at some point at DC fandom, where it was like
knocked.
that. It knocked, and Joey's like, "Where is this son of a bitch? I'm all good." He goes to the door, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, relax. No one's at the door, dude." Like, chill, dude. He barks at everything, man.
It was pretty funny, though.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Speaking of DC fandom and everything, the event, we talked about it at the minicast. It was great. It was fun. It was awesome. Okay,
Yes.
great. We get 4 hours. Nick was there at 9:45. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm barely waking up, man. Why are you here so early? Well, that's right. The thing started at 10. I told you to come here at 10. Wow. For the Batman, you're going to show up fucking early, but for the podcast, you show up at like 7:10, 7:20.
You showed up ahead of time.
Dude, I was there, and I was knocking at his door, and like I was like, this dude better be fucking up.
Okay,
This
so
dude
here's how
better be up.
here's how that played
The
out.
same thing happened to me when we were going to watch the Snyder movie.
But look, it was my weekend off.
I was like,
okay,
this
I was
dude better
falling
answer the door.
asleep. Here's the thing. So I wake up at 9:45, and I just hear Joey going, "Rrr, rrr," and I'm just like, Joey, shut up, shut up. And I go back to sleep for like another 30 seconds, and Joey won't shut up. I'm like, why is this dumbass barking?
And I'm
so I
knocking
get,
on it, and then
I
I'm
don't
ringing
hear
his little doorbell.
Yeah.
I started ringing the
So
doorbell.
that's what triggered me because I didn't hear the knocking. Then I hear the Halloween doorbell that we had that goes, and I'm like,
Wait, what? Wait, you have a
someone's-
doorbell that goes like that?
It's a little like.
It's like a little eyeball, and then it says, "Welcome to the manor." It's a Halloween one.
Yeah,
It's
cute.
sick.
It's cute.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cute. It's
Yeah.
pretty adorable.
So he rings it, and I hear him like, "Oh shit!"
I rang
Nick's
it
here.
twice.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, Nick's here." So I like quickly get like, I'm like, "Okay, I'm awake. I'm all good. I'm all good." I open the door. He's like, "Hey, are we ready to watch DC fandom?" I'm like, "Yeah, totally." Great.
He's like, "Give me 5 minutes. Give me like a
Get the
minute to
crustins
like
out
go
of my
prepare
eyes.
this."
I did. I was like, "All right." I closed the door. Andy was
dude,
asleep.
He literally closed the door on me and was like, "Oh, I'll be right back." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "The fuck?" And I'm like, "Are you in your underwear?" And he's like, "Oh, no." I'm like 90% sure. He was like,
I was not. I was in shorts, but Andy was still asleep.
He
So
doesn't
I
like
was like,
to show off
close-
his legs.
Yeah, I was just like, I closed the door and I was like, okay, we'll watch it. He brings out these breakfast burritos. He's like, does Andy want one? I'm like, Andy's asleep. Well, tell her I got breakfast burritos. Go ahead and put it in front of her nose. See if she wakes up. Am I all right? Andy's like knocked out. She's like sprawled on the bed. And I'm like, hey, babe, Nick brought breakfast burritos. What?
they were monsters. They were monsters.
Oh, yeah,
Rick's
they're
breakfast
big.
burritos are
Oh, yeah.
freaking
Yeah,
bomb.
like I picked him up there, and I was actually getting really upset while I was there because I'm looking at the time, and it was like 9. Because I didn't get there at 9:45. I got there at like 9:52.
Yeah.
I know for a fact because I was looking at the time, and it was 9:49.
3 hours until the Batman
It
trailer
was.
drops.
Seriously.
Reading
It was 9:49, and then I remember seeing at Rick's the nitrogen guy. He cut in the middle of the actual drive-through and started filling the nitrogen. And I was just like, "Are you fucking joking?"
the nitrogen guy at Rick's.
Because they had liquid nitrogen there
For what?
to like freeze like their ice cream and like. do all these other
I was like,
things.
wait, why do you need liquid nitrogen for in a restaurant? But I get it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
anyway,
I'm thinking too much about this.
The dude was filling it, and I was just like, "Are you fucking joking?" And I see him go. He looks at me, mind you.
You went through the drive-through?
I went through the
You could have
drive-thru.
gone through like in and out, like just gone in the restaurant, and be like, "Hey, I need this," and you would have been out like faster.
I didn't think the drive-thru was gonna take that long. It took me like 10 minutes.
The Batman trailer was on the line.
It was. I was like,
It was
dude,
on the line.
no, okay, because here was my thing. I thought either the Batman trailer was gonna be first or it was gonna be last.
No, I didn't think it was going to be first, honestly.
I thought it was gonna be one of the two.
He said Matt Reeves' dick is coming out at the beginning, or it's gonna come out
At
at the
the
end.
end.
He's either gonna like give it to me raw or make it or lube it up a little bit.
Listen, all I know is that when it pops out of the TV, I need to be there to suck it. That's all I know. When it pops out of the TV, I need to be there to just go like,
In order to access the Batman
okay,
trailer.
I'm done.
You must suck
I need to-
Batman's dick.
Glug 3000.
I need to give him the Gluck Gluck 3000. Nah, bro, it's the Gluck Gluck 9000. That's the only way you get Batman.
It reminds me of was it Team America World Police at the end in the movie? He's like, "You want to earn my trust? The only way I want you to perform oral sex on me." He goes, "You're serious?" "Oh, I'm quite serious. This is my serious."
You know
face."
that Matt Stone and Trey Parker have to produce 2 movies by the end of the year, right?
Of what? Just random movies?
I don't know. I think one is a South Park movie and
this
one's
year?
another one. Yeah, Paramount gave him like 20-something million or something to produce.
Oh, for Paramount Plus?
For Paramount, exclusively for Paramount Plus, and
Yeah.
then South Park for the next like 5 or something years.
That's interesting.
You can look it up. It's just go like
that's
Matt
actually
said.
really-
If only
really
someone was
cool.
in front of a computer.
Shame.
That sucks. I guess
It's because
what a fucking
there's
nightmare.
there's a thing about when I'm recording, and I can't use the computer.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. So
Lion Ho.
all the DC fandom stuff, like in depth, we've talked about it in the minicast, like what we like, what we don't like.
More or less. Was there anything that we didn't talk about?
Honestly, there isn't, because we said that it's basically just like an E3-esque event. The website's still up. Some of the content in terms of like the items to shop for were really cool. The hats, the Mystique or whatever, the Masika hats.
The Masika hats?
They're
Yeah,
freaking. I don't know
yeah.
if that's how you pronounce it, but those hats were freaking awesome. Puma collaboration with Batman or with DC.
Those Suicide Squad shoes are sick.
King Sharks, man, and Bloodsports.
Bloodsports and King
I would
Sharks.
want Bloodsport.
Have you seen them?
Did you see King Sharks?
If
No, I
only you
didn't see
had a
King
computer.
Shark.
If only you had a goddamn fucking computer, Rene.
Shame.
Suck a nut.
Which one?
Left or right or the middle. What, you have a middle? Yeah.
Listen, it's I've had it since birth. It's fine. It grows every year, but
But
had
then
a bad
there's a couple of
lightsaber
shirts
battle.
on there for like $25. The Batman animated series logo is on there. The Batman hoodie, the Flash hoodie is pretty dope.
some of the logos, I actually like a lot of the merch that came out of it.
Yeah.
And everything else. That was some of the merch was really cool. The
puts
Batman
them out?
animated series, like hoodie and shirt, I was like, oh, I gotta get that.
I love those. I'm
Puma put
hoping
them
that
out,
the-
right?
Yeah,
Puma?
the Puma. It's on DCstore.com.
Yeah, it's
or
on
something
DC
like that.
Store.
Okay.
And then also all those Legos you can only buy on Lego.com right now.
So
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
For the
Yeah.
Batman one, right?
because you shared that on the group chat, and I
Yeah.
was just like, "Cool, they're just Legos. I don't care." And then I scrolled down. I'm like, "Oh, that
Yeah.
Technica Batman."
Yes.
it's only $100.
That's not bad.
Look,
I would,
not bad.
I would
Look,
pay
you
for
two,
that.
I can't take the mantle of a Batman fan. I appreciate Batman. I grew up with Batman. I love Batman. But like between the three of us,
He didn't touch you in your special place?
no, I just watched him from afar and freaking loved him.
Oh, you were one of those fans.
I did. I mean, but I
You're
watched
one
the
of
Batman
those.
animated series. I watched all the Batman series from beginning to end. I fell in love with Batman Beyond.
Right.
Okay, I watched
Right.
Justice League of America. I watched Teen Titans. I'm like a huge Batman DC fan. I get it, but I can't compare myself to both of you guys.
All
But
the King Shark ones are cool.
The King Shark ones are really sick,
I
right?
like
'Cause
the
it has
little blood at the end.
The
yeah.
bloodshed, the blood, and then him biting through the bottom. That was
I like
actually
the little
really cool.
king, the little crown. That's pretty cool.
The other one that I really like, actually, you know who does a better one? New Rockstars.
Really?
New Rockstars actually does another one where they do it's a Jaws makeup, where they do Jaws and they have King Shark coming from the bottom, and there's water above, and everything else. It
Jaws,
was,
you say?
Yeah, it was a Jaws inspired like King Shark shirt. I think they might be sold out now, but it looked really sick. I was
The
like,
the
man.
Bloodsport ones. The Bloodsport shoes are dope though. The Puma
But
ones.
but for shopping, I thought that was really cool. A lot of the things that they had shown, I like the fact that everything that people were wearing at DC Fandom was all stuff you could get. Like,
I thought
today.
it wasn't, because
Yeah.
I was just like, that's a pretty cool trip. That's a pretty cool thing. I was like, oh, it's so cool. And then we found out you could buy them on
You
there.
could buy everything on there.
But here's the thing: the Technica Batmobile. Like,
That was
I'm a
really
sucker.
sick.
Look, I'm a sucker for
3,000
Batmobiles.
pieces.
That's
3,000.
fine. I don't
That
get.
sounds
You
like a
think
weekend.
numbers
That sounds like a good
intimidate me,
weekend.
Nick?
That sounds like a
You
weekend.
think those numbers intimidate me?
No, I'm just saying in general.
Sit me in a
3,000
room,
pieces.
no windows, no doors, with like 10 million Lego pieces, and you tell me to build it in a freaking year, I'll
No.
fucking do it.
In a year, I'll build that in an afternoon, bro.
A million pieces?
A million pieces?
Yeah.
a million pieces, probably not.
Well, I took that back. No, but that Batmobile.
No, 3,000 pieces. I can build that in an afternoon.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
I got a question, okay? Because we had this conversation.
What is it?
Because I remember. So here's. I just
your
thought about it, and I
question?
remembered the reaction, the reaction Nick had
Yeah.
for Bat Wheels. that
Oh,
was
for
such a
Bat
great-
Wheels? What?
Because okay, so Batwheels
You
comes
mentioned
on.
it in the.
I mean,
the,
I
the
saw
minicast.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw.
yeah.
I was putting away comic books. I'm like, get ready for the ultimate new thing. And I'm like, okay. I'm looking. I stop, and because I was putting away comic books in the back right here.
Right.
And they're like, get ready for it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see. Bat Wheels. I was just like,
No.
What?
I was we were talking about it, and then all of a sudden, like, it goes Bat Wheels, and then like you see all the cars flying,
Yeah.
and everything like that, and then like I hear Andy and Bryan both go, what is this? Like, what is it? And I'm like,
I thought it was like, oh, we're doing like cartwheels and they're doing like Hot Wheels. I mean, Hot Wheels.
Stuff,
Yeah,
that
would have been cool.
He thought it was Hot Wheels, and I'm like, I think it's cars, but with Batmobiles.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, it's not. And literally, almost with comic.
The next scene is
relief.
the animated series Batmobile going like, wink.
With a wing. And he goes, it fucking is.
So
it's
for
fucking cars with Batmobiles.
So when I was watching it, I thought it was like, okay, so it's not Hot Wheels. And I'm like, is it a mobile game? Not even that. I was like, oh shit.
All right. So I got a question. Okay. So we had this discussion afterwards because he's like, oh, I wonder how the Tumbler is going to look like. And I said, fuck the Tumbler. I fucking hate that Batmobile. It's the stupidest one out there. He's like, what? You don't like the Tumbler? And I'm like, no, Tumbler's fucking dumb.
I resemble that remark.
Why? Okay, explain to me. Because here's the thing. You agreed with me afterwards. I said the Batman animated series, not the Batman : animated series. The Batman.
I like.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah. I no. Because the Batman animated
It's not a bad
series,
animated series, is it?
The Batman
Which one?
animated
The
series
Batman.
one.
No,
No.
Matt Reeves. I mean, for the animated series, if you're talking about
but-
the Cape Crusader, right?
No. It's one that was on four. It was like
on 4Kids TV. It was called
the Batman.
Okay.
And the Joker had like these long ass orange sleeves,
That
and
was
he had like the.
Then I didn't see that.
It was
Hold
like
on.
Ben. It was like Ben Bernard. He ended up getting like a Golden Globe for his performance, in which
Just look up the Batman. And I said to him, no, fuck the Tumblr. Tumblr's stupid. But the
but-
Batman
but I know-
animated
but I-
series.
But I know why you like it, because it's modeled after an Aston Martin.
Is it? I thought it was just like it looked cool. It was like
No.
sleek and nice.
Looks,
it has like
it's
blue
modeled
streaks
after
at
an
the
Aston.
end.
If you look at it, it looks like an Aston Martin.
I'm not gonna lie, that one was sexy ass little like
No, it looks
like Batmobile.
It's a cool Batmobile.
What's your favorite? Okay, so let me ask. The question I was gonna ask, like, what's your guys' favorite Batmobile? If you guys say the Tumblr, I'm fucking walking out.
Batman 69.
That one is the long sleek one.
It's the Futura.
How does that one look like? Oh, 69. No,
Yeah,
it's
Batman
66. 66 is the convertible.
Yes.
Which was 69?
No, it's the same one. Batman 69 is what they always refer to Batman, which Adam West Batman too.
You like that one? I feel like everyone likes that one.
I liked that one because it very much, especially for the time, looks really fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
And it really does show the fact that, especially in this world where Batman he's in the 60s. You know, he's very much in the 60s, and the car that he's driving looks like it's from the 1990s. Like it looks so futuristic, and it's a car that nobody had ever seen at the time. And I've talked about the Futura in like another podcast. I think it was like in issue like 40 or so. But like, it's such a beautiful car that was never made. And
oh, that's right. It was that's right. It wasn't a car that was online, right? Or it wasn't ever made into production. That's why no one can ever replicate it the way it should be, right?
Exactly. The only way you can actually replicate that car is if you actually have a mold that the creator actually had.
The only reason I know that is because it was on a Netflix documentary that talked about, like, I forget, it was like they like build and chop cars.
Yeah, it was what was it? From Gotham Garage, right?
No, it was something else. But they were replicating cars. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
you got a favorite Batmobile?
I like
It's a Tumblr. Shut up, Rene. You bitch.
Wow, that got real aggressive real fucking quick.
Never fucking mind.
What's your
No,
favorite?
it's a tie between either. I really do like the Bad Affleck one.
The Bad Affleck one is cool.
I like it because
dope.
it's super sleek and it's just like.
But it's also got machine guns.
No, but I feel like the Ben Affleck one is hardcore, taking a lot from like the 1989 Batmobile.
And that is another one I think I have to say is the Batman 1989 one.
That
as well.
You know, the thing can
You talking
turn.
about the sleek limo one?
The Michael Keaton one.
Oh, the Michael Keaton
the one that's
Yeah.
inside of
Not the
inside
animated
of Flash.
series, yeah.
The one that that one's modeled
cool.
after it.
Mhm.
It's modeled after the Michael Keaton one. The
Which
only
one is
diff-
the sleek one that looks like a limo?
That's-
That one's the animated
that's-
series.
That's the animated series.
So
one
which
with
is the one with the turbine in the front?
That's Batman 89.
Yeah.
The one that has like
Oh, that's the one you're talking about?
That's
yeah,
the
the
one
turbine.
I
Has a
like.
turbine.
Yeah.
I have that one in a Hot Wheel.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah, the one that looks.
I wanna
has
get a
turbine.
Lego model.
Yeah, the one that has a turbine in the front. Actually, Technica does have it.
I know they do. Christmas time.
Credit card! Ah!
DC, just shut up and take my money.
Right?
If the Batmobile schlong came out of my screen right now, I'd suck it.
So happy that's been a thing.
Oh, bye, Rene. Have fun.
I was like half done.
I'm not even like a quarter done.
like
Oh
half
my
done.
god.
Anyway,
Bitches.
you've been quiet this whole time drinking. It's not the same.
Yeah, but looking
Anyway.
at your phone and drinking and
Yeah.
not
I'm
even,
sorry.
You've been enjoying the podcast. Which good job. Anyway, no, but I really do like those Batmobiles, and I actually really do. Because the interesting thing is when you actually go into the history of the Batmobiles, that is so cool. Like if you go into like George Clooney's Batmobile, they had no idea what the Batmobile was gonna look like.
Mm-hmm.
They literally got it from a toy company, and then they were like, "Build that." And then they were like, "What?"
go.
Do it.
No, that's literally how Joel
Do
Schumacher
what?
So
Build it.
It's
Batman
funny.
and
That,
Robin.
it's
Yeah.
funny that you mentioned that because I've always every time. So when you think of Batman, right? You think of the cowl, you think of the cape, you think of the costume, you think of the voice, like all these different aspects. But I've always loved it when directors say like, "But the Batmobile," because the Batmobile is representative of like the Batman that they're trying to focus on, right?
It's also the era.
So
The
for
era
me,
of Batman.
So for me, I mentioned it, the Batman animated series that came out in the 2000s. That one was great because it was the modernized. It was what like the cars were supposed to look like now, and plus we kind of have like a middle Bruce Wayne Batman.
Right.
Like he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't really.
Yeah.
Did you finally look it up on Google or no?
Which one?
The Batman. Why
Sorry.
the fuck do you? Or why the fuck are you sitting on a computer, Rene? If you're not fucking looking up shit.
First of all, you need to take your tone down.
You need a
Couple
fuck.
of notches.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
take
sorry.
your tone
I
down.
didn't fucking drink my drink as quick as you did.
Yeah.
You're up here. You be down
You
here.
need to-
You need to take it
You be
down.
down here.
And I hope you don't bring that energy when we eat tonight.
No, we're not. We're gonna be done.
I swear to God, if Mandy looks at you and goes, "How is it?" and you were like, "Well, I don't know, it's all right," I would be like, "Damn, like,
Hey, chill,
Mandy,
dude.
like you need to, like, I know this is your house and everything
yeah.
like that, but she about to kick you out."
But he's
like,
can you fucking look it up the shit, please?
What is it?
It's
The
called
Batman.
The Batman
animated series.
I did, and it's not popping up. For
Then you're
I'm
not
only,
fucking looking
no,
at
I'm
it
only
hard.
getting. I'm only
Can I-
getting, and I
can I-
put
can I do
DC
it?
fandom. Yeah. I only
No,
put
not DC fandom. It's not a DC fandom thing. This is the cartoon.
Well, what are we
that
talking
came
about?
out. I'm talking about the
DC
Batman
fandom.
animated series.
God damn it! I don't.
But
worry
we're
about
talking about the fucking Batmobile.
We just talked about it's a
Dickhead.
long limousine. Okay, hold on. Now I'm taking this personally now. Like, feel a little attacked here. You need to calm down. You haven't
You
even
know
had
what?
the full drink yet.
I haven't.
And look how I am when I finish that full drink. I'm calm right now.
Didn't I say
Usually
that?
people are expecting me to finish the full drink.
Didn't
can
I say that?
swing across this table
Didn't
right
I
now.
say that?
Yeah.
You're gonna either be really talkative, very talkative,
Yeah.
or very quiet.
You're very aggressive. That's what you are.
But
I still love you.
I love you too, Rene. Thank you for being my production buddy.
Thank you for being my buddy and a great co-host
Aw.
and brother.
Damn it, dude. Thank you for being my buddy, my co-host, and my production partner, as well as a great shoulder to cry on.
Wait, where was this one?
It was
What the?
It's a CW show called The Batman.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
That was that, but you see how it.
Can I see it? Can I see it real
Yeah,
quick?
it
Can I
looks like
see
an upgraded version of the animated series.
Show me.
One.
But it looks. But also, can you see how it looks like an Aston Martin? It looks very much like a sports car.
Are you
Yeah,
showing
no.
him the cartoon one?
Yeah, that one. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, that's not the one.
This
Oh
is
wait,
the one-
actually,
yes,
no,
it
there
is.
was
That's
another
the
one.
That's the first one.
That's
Are you
the
talking
first
about-
one they tried to do, but they did a different one.
Okay, you're talking about the second one.
I'm talking about the one that appeared on the cartoon.
Yes, dipshit. Yes, this is it.
That's not the one. It was smaller. It didn't have a fucking nose that was that big. I'm gonna post these pictures up on the YouTube.
Throw them like
First
in
off-
post.
Actually, send me that one that you showed me on me later.
First off, I'm gonna jump across this fucking because obviously
this
you've
is
never. Hold on,
issue
hold on, hold on,
69,
hold on.
someone
you shut
dies.
The fuck up. Okay, hold on. You shut the fuck up. Because obviously you don't know the story of the Batman.
I don't. I just love the cartoon.
Stop. So in the Batman, there's an entire arc. This is the first Batmobile.
Wasn't there like 2 seasons?
Hold on. So then, after he gets Robin,
That was his trigger word from the Fast and the Furious.
What do you want me to hold on to, Nick?
I want you to hold on to your dick because you need to chop. You can calm the fuck down. God damn.
Dick!
Anyway, so what happens is that then he ends up going against Road Warrior, and then Road Warrior destroys the Batmobile.
Yes, I remember
Then-
that episode.
Mel Gibson destroys it.
Yes, and then what ends up happening is that then him and Robin are then forced to remake the Batmobile, and I think that's the second Batmobile that you're talking about.
No, the first one is a sleek, slender one. It looks like a Hyundai. Oh God! Give me the fucking keyboard.
You sit the fuck down. You sit down.
Oh, he's getting up.
Oh my God,
he's
he got
leaving.
up.
He's gonna come to camera B now.
I swear, you guys are freaking
All right.
stupid.
Okay, first of all, don't get personal.
Yeah, no, now you're getting personal.
Yeah.
Can you guys talk?
Because I was stupid in high school, all right, and that's
Turned
very
off the
triggering to me.
goddamn-
I do. I saw it go.
I did. I turned off the keyboard. I turned off the keyboard. I was gonna see how long you was
No,
gonna
but
type.
honestly, like I think what we haven't even talked about DC fandom. What have we talked
We've
about?
talked about it. We've talked about it enough.
Have we? To
Now
move
go-
on to
now,
the next
now
one.
Now go to images. I shouldn't have to tell you how to Google.
Well,
You're not. Hang on.
how far have you gotten to that Arizona?
Like halfway down.
Halfway down. Okay, cool. Explains why you're so aggressive, but.
Oh my God! They don't show it.
I don't think you're
Oh, it's
talking.
this
It's
one.
that one.
This
That's
one.
this
That's
is
the
the
one I'm talking
okay.
about.
Okay.
So
Hold
that's
on.
the first one.
That's the first
He's gonna
one.
show it on
and then the
screen
one-
right now. What it is, what
Okay,
he's been
so
talking
thi-
about.
Hold on. So this is the first one, Rene. That's the first.
Okay.
One. Then that's the second.
Yes, that. Yes.
Okay. So explain to me where you seen that one at the one that you're
That's
talking
in the,
about.
That's in the first arc
Of?
the Batman animated series.
No, it's in the.
It's on HBO
Yeah,
Max.
it's in the first arc. It is.
If you want to watch it because you haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max.
For the Batman.
The
anime?
Batman animated series.
It
Yes.
looks like a Honda. It looks like
Oh, okay. For the longest time, I was like, "What do you mean by the Batman?"
It's
You mean
called The Batman.
No, I for the Batman.
Yes. Literally, the intro is.
That's when he has like the Bat mech suit for Bane and
Yes.
stuff like
Yes,
that.
and he goes like it. The literal like title. I should have said this.
Viewers, I'm so sorry.
That's
about
the
what
no.
hell
Okay,
just
first of all,
happened.
I will apologize because I didn't understand what you were talking
He's
about.
like, why
I
do you
have
keep
that.
talking about the Batman?
That animated series is gone in my mind right now for some
because
reason.
it wasn't that popular when it came out.
I didn't-
Yeah,
but
it
I
was-
do
it was-
remember-
It,
no,
was,
no.
it went on for 4 seasons.
I do remember liking that series.
It was
though.
great.
That's the thing.
It
It was,
was good.
really good.
It got a fucking Emmy.
Yeah. So wait. So in that series, okay. So Dick Grayson was the first Robin in that one, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I guess
but he goes from Dick to Barbara. So
That's right. No, it's
it
Barbara
was Barbara
first,
then Dick.
then Dick.
Barbara
yeah.
then Dick, because then what was it? He brings Barbara in, and then Dick Grayson comes in as a young kid, and then now Barbara is kind of like.
I'm sorry, because you know what?
like
that show has
like
no love actually.
because it wasn't like it was. It was a cult. I would say it's a cult cartoon.
It is.
Yeah.
Because
I
that
feel-
came
I
out.
feel
That,
like it's-
'cause that animated series came out in 2005. I know that.
I'm still watching
Yeah.
them.
No,
and
I
was
still
like,
watch
don't- I
it.
didn't
It is
care.
on
was
HBO
great.
Max.
No, it's good though.
It's
great.
it's actually really good.
It's a really good. It's a good.
It
it's a
gives
good
you
show.
it gives you like a first good season of just the Batman, and then like it later on introduces Robin. So it does it in a great way, you know.
It's like a modernized version because that was the thing is that series came out and then this is going to lead on into the Batman, Matt Reeves.
Batman.
Yeah, I like that.
Honestly, I actually always did love that because
The intro was
went,
good, wasn't it?
It went for that like that scary vibe.
Can I?
Never
We
think
can't
like
play that, right? We'll get
No,
copyright.
we can't.
Okay.
It's on HBO Max.
Copyright to hell.
Anyway, so
So anyway, so yours is the Batman. That's your favorite.
the first
Batmobile.
Batmobile, yeah.
Okay.
The first Batman. It's sick. It's a
I
cool
do
looking
remember
Batmobile.
it being
It's
wide.
good.
Yeah,
You know
I do-
why?
yeah, I do
Because I
remember.
was always a fan of, and I hope that Matt Reeves does this in his movie as well. I've always been a fan of the Batmobile opening from the top and then Batman jumping out like, and then landing.
I don't think so because it looks like
He did that in the Batman.
Yeah, I know. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that it looks like a souped up like Charger.
Oh,
Which
the
I
Batman.
like. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Batman.
The
movie.
in the
The
in
movie.
in
The
the
movie.
in the Batman movie with Matt Reeves, I feel like he's not going to come out through the middle. I have a
It's an open door. Wait, hang on.
fucking, who said a cape is a good idea?
All right.
No, I feel like I don't know. I mean, if they're gonna have a stylish way,
Alfred, the cape's gone again.
the cape. You didn't hem it last time.
It's still hitting my boots.
I keep stepping on the cape
Look.
outfit.
Before we get into the Batman, that's why that one's my favorite because if you remember in the animated series, the original like 80s and 90s, Batman would kind of come out from the top as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
It kind of lost that with the tumbler and with,
The tumbler, he came out through the middle too.
but he didn't jump. He literally was
Yeah, he
like,
did.
he
He's
vaulted
jumped-
out.
he
He
jumped
vaulted.
out.
That wasn't a jump. It doesn't count. There's an aesthetic.
I don't like it.
There's an aesthetic that comes out of it,
I mean,
okay?
he still came out through the middle though.
That doesn't count.
No matter
Oh
what
my
you
God.
say.
Shut your mouth. The Tumblr's garbage, okay?
Oh my gosh.
I don't fucking care. It's Christopher Nolan's Batmobile. I don't give
you
two
just
shits.
Oh,
Are you
well,
just,
no,
are you just
it's-
upset
it's
the
Nolan.
fact? Because
It's
but you know
Nolan.
what? I do have to say I am a little upset that in the third movie they didn't give us a new Batmobile.
Right?
I always thought that like they would give us
It
a new
was
Batmobile,
always-
but then you get
well-
the bat, and then you still have the Batmobile. I
Yeah.
mean you have the Bat Cycle.
And the Bat Pod, that's what he calls it.
Yeah, the Bat Pod.
Yeah, because it's not a motorcycle.
Get the Batpod.
But then he introduced, well, I guess, the Batwing or something like that.
Yeah, it was the Bat. It was called the Bat.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It was called the Bat. Yeah, because it was
Why
like
do
a
we like
helicopter.
Nolan? It's all like,
Why? No, but
Damn
honestly,
it! I forgot to mention that before we started because that was a really good gag. Damn it!
what? Go ahead and say it.
No, because I remember I was telling.
fucking say it. Stop being a little bitch.
Hold
I'm-
on, take it
oh
down a
my
notches.
God.
Damn.
And
We
obviously,
still got about a
this
good
is-
hour and 45.
No,
listeners,
what?
I'm
telling-
kidding.
listeners, I'm telling you right now, this is how he is all the time.
No, it's not. Don't fucking lie.
I love how he's cursing so
You
much.
watch.
Yeah, because I don't have to believe
Anyway,
it from here on
That's
out.
true.
So no. I was telling Andy when we were there we were going to drink this episode, and
Yeah.
then she goes, "Oh, you should play a drinking game." And I go, "Oh, that would be." I go, "You know what? That would be hilarious. I think we should all have a drink word that
What for each of us, yeah.
for each of us, and everybody else knows, but not the person."
Mm-hmm.
So like if it was for Rene, whatever you do, we had a drink for it, and then you wouldn't know what you were doing.
Yeah.
That was making us drink, and it went via.
Oh, that's
Brian,
the gag.
and it
Okay.
went
Oh,
into
we would have.
Andrew.
Oh my, that would have been great.
Yeah,
That'd be
I
cool,
thought
right?
about it, but then I forgot. And then I just remembered it right now.
The thing was,
man.
Andy
I
said, "Oh,
literally
every
just-
time Brian mentions Christopher Nolan, take a drink."
That's where the.
I love
that's where it
Christopher
connected.
Nolan. Again, I love
where it
Christopher
connected.
We
Nolan.
might do that for maybe the 100th issue.
100th issue. I
Why
think
not?
that's a great idea.
Imagine Christopher Nolan listens to this issue. Is the
Purposely
one he's like,
subscribes
"The
to us."
fuck is wrong with this kid?" I'm gonna make sure he never works
His
in
wife's
Hollywood.
like, why do you keep watching this? Because I want to see what this guy's problem is.
He's going to break someday.
He's going to break.
He's going to love me. He'll love me.
I
I
love
do.
how
I
all of our
love
accents
him.
were not even
I
British.
I love him. I have issues.
Oi.
Oi.
Oi!
Yeah, if you just put
Chips.
an oi, if you put an oi in chips. then it's
Listen,
British.
you saw our analytics from Podbean, okay? We don't want to offend the British or anything
Yeah,
like that.
we also don't need to offend Saudi Arabia. The fuck was that?
They've got 2 listeners there, too.
There was 2 listeners in
Because I
Saudi.
saw our analytics, and it's like 149 downloads in the U.S., 2 from Saudi Arabia, 1 from Russia, and 1 from Canada. I was like, oh, we got listeners from Saudi Arabia. He's like, the fuck?
I was literally sitting on the couch and I was like, the fuck are they listening to? I'm
You
what
know
is
what?
it like?
If they're
It's like
frequent
2
listeners,
dudes?
if they're frequent listeners, thank you.
I thought it was like 2 dudes and
Shout
like
out to
he's
you
trying
guys.
to send out a message of just like, get me out of here.
One of them sent him
Saudi.
like, watch this great podcast. And he's like, this is terrible. Like,
And now that we've mentioned them, we love you.
Let your other people know, please.
we love you.
They're more than people.
Should we say that?
Can we dive into the Batman now?
Oh my gosh.
We've already been talking about the
No, we
Batman.
talked about the Batman
Yeah,
animated
that's the
series.
Batman.
Now we're talking about the Batman Matt Reeves.
Yeah,
or
that's the Batman.
AKA the Batman, parentheses, Planet of the Apes.
You mean the Batman sex on a screen?
The Batman Sunsets.
Sex on a screen, man. No, but
I love how every time I make it sound like that, you just have to hop in right after. It's going,
Yeah, I got to make it better. Finally. Okay.
I'm not saying that your moans are bad.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying
you got to
could be-
tone it down.
they could
No,
Hey,
it's-
look, they're getting
it's not-
Nick excited.
No, it's not even that. It sounds fake. And if I was in the middle of it and I go, I don't think he's enjoying this.
The thing is, you don't want to listen to Nick's moan
I don't think
because
they're
Nick's
enjoying
moan is too ear piercing that you have to automatically like, stop. The entire time during the Batman IMAX premiere that we're definitely gonna go watch.
I'm going to throw in a oh yeah. Maybe after the movie, the credits roll.
I'm gonna let you know right now. When we go see it, I'm gonna get thrown out. I'm gonna get thrown out.
Here's the thing.
Halfway through the movie, you're just gonna hear,
And then
all you're gonna hear is, yeah, that's right, yeah, chase him down. Yeah, that's right, chase him down.
watch. This is the sequence. Robert Pattinson shows up. Riddler. Catwoman.
And then
Alfred. Penguin.
The Batmobile.
Catwoman.
Batmobile jumping through the explosion.
And I'm spent.
I could just look. If it's Matt Reeves, the title card is going to come out like 5 minutes after like the first scene comes out.
Yeah.
Right? It's
just
5 minutes
forget-
afterwards.
yeah.
It's going to be some sort of like not origin story, but it's going to be like the setup to like a small B arc. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be very beautiful, very well shot and stuff. We don't get the Batman. Do we get the Batman or do we not get the Batman? In the
No, we're
first
gonna
5
get the
minutes?
Batman.
No.
No?
I'm telling you right now.
Or do we get Bruce Wayne?
The first moment that we see the Batman is the crime scene.
Oh,
Then
ooh,
title
I
card.
like that.
I'm
Then
telling
the
you-
title card.
I'm telling
comes
you,
out.
it's that's where the title card is. I'm telling you, the first time we see him is we see the boots walking up. You have and then like it goes like, which do you know this? And then like it shows you to the Batman, and then it finally shows you his
See
face.
you in hell, right? That
No,
thing from
it
the
just says to the Batman, and then he hasn't opened it yet, and then it's gonna say, the Batman.
What if-
and everything else, and it's gonna be the life and the day of the person that was murdered.
So I will say this.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Okay.
you right now, that's how
The
it's
That's
tr-
awesome. I
The
would love
trailer
that.
gave us a great title card intro because I loved how, like, in the end of that trailer, Batman is just walking out of the fiery wreckage straight to Penguin, and it's upside down, and it just goes into like the Batman lettering, it just kind of like gets on screen. That's fucking beautiful.
I don't know.
That's what I want.
I don't,
That's what I want.
I don't know what it is with DC and just going like, we need someone to fuck with.
What?
Let's choose the Penguin. Like we
A
just need
small B-roll villain.
We
Well,
need a small
even-
B-roll
yeah.
villain just to fuck with, because even inside of the Suicide Squad game,
Oh, that's so
where they were
great.
just like, I thought
That was
that had me
funny.
dying. That had me dying.
I was
think,
loving that.
Where it was just like, Amanda, he's getting away. Shock him again.
Oh, he's on the ground.
He just opened the door. He's still running away.
She's like, is he down now? No, I think he needs one more.
And King Shark's like, you know what? He's getting away. Blew off his head.
I thought it was so funny.
There's always, you know what's funny is that there's always that friend too. That's just like you're doing something.
Are you saying I'm the Penguin?
Yes.
No, not within this group
Yes, he is.
Per se, you
per
know?
se. I'm not calling anyone out.
Listen,
Brian.
I don't know why.
But, you know,
Why are you lying to the man? That's my
Put
question.
him down easily, all right?
Just
No.
tell him the truth.
But look,
We
okay,
came to
so-
this conclusion a while ago.
So let me, because you said you're just gonna go the biggest, hiya.
at the as soon as the movie's over.
Yes.
Yeah, soon. No, let's get the title card.
No, I gotta do
no.
the
Be
lights-
honest.
the
Be
lights-
honest, Rene. Title card comes on screen.
No.
You're not coming. You're
It's a
coming.
more, it's
right
a more,
there.
It's a more
Like, right there.
satisfying
I'm gonna be
when
totally honest with
everything
you.
is done.
No,
Like,
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. When that title card comes up, I don't think I'm gonna be able to move. I think I'm literally just gonna be like stuck in my seat.
Guys, I can't move. Why?
Like
there's problems.
listen, we had some problems.
I don't. We need to make sure the theater is off completely.
How Brian
Don't shine the UAV light.
how Brian reacted to the end credit scene in Venom, me and Nick were gonna basically be like that. Like,
All right. So what am I? Okay.
So,
So you guys are just.
Brian started jerking off in the middle of the movie theater. Is that
he could
No,
have.
dude, I
He was
almost
almost
passed out, man.
dead.
I
dude.
passed out. I almost passed out.
He literally stopped breathing, and
No.
me and Andy were like, "Breathe!" Like,
no, because you know what? I honestly, when I saw like The Dark Knight, I think that movie actually like brought like a tear to my eye on like how fucking beautiful it was.
You're gonna be on the floor crying.
No, it wasn't even
Tub
crying.
full of popcorn on your head.
No,
Don't
it wasn't
look at
even
me.
crying. Like honestly, dude, like The Dark Knight, I think I saw it like 10 times in theaters, and every single time, like it felt like it just zoomed. Like every single time, I feel like that movie's gonna zoom for me. I feel
The
like
Batman.
I feel like that movie, I'm just gonna lose myself in it, and then
Not
before
this
I
one.
even know it, I'm gonna be like, fuck, the movie's over.
So if we're gonna talk serious about this, let me put it to you this way: none of Matt Reeves' newer movies have felt like that, and I'm specifically talking about Planet of the Apes. I grew up with Planet of the Apes, the originals. So when I watched these new iterations of Planet of the Apes, there was no point in which I watched those movies where Matt Reeves rushed something. He made you feel every scenario and
yeah.
situation.
But-
That's what's gonna happen with the Batman.
But you didn't feel the length of the movie.
No.
You didn't feel. But that's
No,
what I'm
but
saying.
it didn't feel like Venom in terms of like it's a one and done. It felt like you enjoyed the ride the entire time.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that you're gonna enjoy the ride, but I think that even though it's a slower movie, you're gonna be so engaged that you're gonna be like, oh, I'm in. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 100% in, and then before you know it, the movie's gonna be over.
100%.
And then by the end of the movie, you're gonna be like, oh shit, let's get back in line.
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%. Because look, there's two things Matt Reeves loves, okay? Matt Reeves loves to tell a good story. He loves to make you feel for the characters that you're supposed to be following. He doesn't make you...
Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
I love
Planet of the Apes. I would never show my fiance or my kids until they're of age those movies. Because those movies are heavy. Like, you can enjoy them for what they are, but... You know, their actual theming, the storytelling, the message that's kind of behind them is heavy stuff.
Did he do one?
He did all of them. I think he did all.
I don't think he did
all but
one.
one.
I don't think he did one.
No, he did 2 and 3.
Yeah,
I think
didn't
he
do
might have.
one.
Yeah,
because I know that the Planet of the Apes movie, the first one was with Franco.
yeah.
First one was with Franco, and that one was okay. Mm-hmm. And then 2 and 3 were awesome.
2 and 3 were great, especially the last scene. Spoiler alert! If you have not seen, is it War or is it Rise? Rise is the first one.
War of the Planet of the Apes, then Rise of the Planet of the Apes. No, it's Rise, then War.
And then the last one is...
I think that one's War.
No, there's 3. What's the last one of the Planet of the Apes? It's Rise, War.
It's War, right?
What's the middle one then?
Oh, no, so there's... it's... Wait, so there's...
If only you had a computer next to you.
Rise of the Planet... No, I got this. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And then there's...
War of the Planet of the Apes.
That's the last one, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. Rise Beyond? Or
No, it's not Beyond.
All right, look it up.
Just look it up, please.
I'm a very reliable nerd, and
Anyways, the last scene of the last movie was fucking beautiful because it was the end of Caesar's journey, and it literally was like a depiction of like something you would read off a Bible.
The actual scene, the fact that Matt Reeves was able to get us to give 2 shits about a CGI character,
Yeah.
tells you a whole lot.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes,
Dawn.
and War of the Planet of the Apes.
That scene, okay, do you remember the last scene of War?
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful.
It was.
Caesar dying
Caesar
at the end of the
dies
hit.
after getting everyone to their sanctuary.
Yeah.
And then,
Fucking
and then basically becoming a legend, and then
Yeah.
and then it goes, oh yeah, and this explains the other Planet of the Apes movies.
So-
Like, this is supposed to set up for the original Planet of the Apes.
And what was his son?
I was like,
his
that's
son's
so
name
sick.
were Cornelius, and then there was another one, the youngest.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I remember watching. Here's the thing: Matt Reeves has a special place in my heart because my dad, unfortunately, only saw the first 2, and he passed away before watching the third one. And I remember watching the third one and crying because I'm like, dude, my dad would have fucking cried. Like he would have been in tears watching this last one because that's how you fucking end a beautiful story about a leader that gave it his all for his people. Right. He loves storytelling like that. So Matt Reeves, I have 100. If Matt Reeves came through the door right now and said, you can 100% assure yourself that this movie, The Batman, is going to be one of the best Batman movies of all time, I would fucking put all my money down on that shit right now. Because I have 100% faith on him that this movie's going to be fucking fantastic.
Here's my thing, though. Because I wonder, because I have to admit, The Dark Knight is really, it's a near perfect Batman movie. But
The one by Christopher Nolan?
Yes.
Fuck you.
Oh, no, hold on. Renee,
Yeah.
is it a near perfect Batman movie?
Which one, the...
But I feel like the thing is that it leans too much on the Joker.
For the Dark Knight?
Yes.
Yeah, because that one is a well scripted and then also well planned out movie,
Yes.
but it does heavily focus more on the Joker than Batman himself.
I feel like
But is that because Nolan wrote it out to be that way, or is it because the Joker was acted out to be?
It's a mixture of both.
It's a mixture of both because technically, I think if you look at it, I think the Joker has less screen time than Batman does. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that
the Joker was the catalyst for Batman's actions.
But not only that, but also Heath Ledger just stole the movie. It's one of those things of like, it's an actor who only has a little bit of, like, he only has like so much time. I think the Joker's only in it like for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Of the actual runtime of that movie.
Yeah, he's hardly in it, but he's so
good that he steals the movie where you're like, well, that's the main character. Like that's who we're following and it's everything like that. Because technically you're following Bruce. You're following Batman the entire movie, but definitely Heath Ledger outshines what was it, Christian Bale in that movie. And that's what I'm saying. It's a near perfect Batman movie. But there's not enough on Batman. And I feel like that's where Matt Reeves is going to kind of
Well, he's actually kind of making it more complicated because a lot of, writers, when it comes to developing the Batman or a Batman, essentially use Joker as a means to kind of progress the character of Bruce Wayne or
too
Batman.
easy.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
So Matt Reeves is actually taking it a little more, in a different direction here. He's using the Riddler.
Who the fuck uses the Riddler?
Exactly. But it's kind of, it's a genius idea because we're getting a year one Batman. Like the difference between this Batman.
It's year 2.
Is it year 2 or year 1?
Year 2. Because it's not a origin story. Because Matt Reeves already said he's already had his origins.
Yeah.
He already is the Batman. He's been doing this for
He's
about a
been
year.
established already.
Year 1 has been established.
He's been
year
doing
2
this
is
for about
going.
a year now, so he is the Batman, but he hasn't met his entire.
So every
rogues
fight is
gallery.
personal.
Not only that, but
Yeah.
also that's why he's saying. That's why in when they were talking about it, he was saying like Bruce doesn't know how to deal with the rage. Like every single time he goes into a fight, he just channels the rage of his parents dying, and then that's like his main focus.
And that's what even Robert Pattinson says, that he can't separate Bruce Wayne and Batman yet.
Yeah.
He's still all focused on doing his vigilante work.
So what's funny?
I just want once for him to go the mission.
So what's funny to me is that
One time.
in the first trailer, the trailer ends with him beating a guy up really badly. And in this trailer, halfway through, we get the same thing, but Catwoman is watching him in fucking tears because he's like, what the fuck is this guy doing to him? Like he's beating him up. So we get that. We get a Batman that's unhinged. It's genius for Matt Reeves to use Riddler though, because Riddler is manipulative. Like as nerds, we know who the Riddler is. Yeah. We know that he's a very a man that picks at you. Like instead of hitting at you hard, he kind of like flicks you every now and then. He's like, yes, I'm still here. Yes, I'm still here. A Riddler that's written well, not a Riddler that we get throw off villain.
The thing I like about the Riddler though, and so far what Matt Reeves has shown is essentially that he is going to be as crazy as like the Zodiac killer. Mm-hmm. He's gonna drive police crazy. He's gonna be giving them hints. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be like trying to tell them who he is and stuff like that. Because like, okay, for Batman Returns, when Jim Carrey is the Riddler, Batman figures out who the Riddler is in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like when he really tries, like once he gets like all of the riddles like together, and then he goes, "Oh, it's Edward Nygma." Like in like 30 seconds. Like it's like he literally goes Enigma, Edward Nygma. And he just goes like,
Edward Nygma.
Yeah, and he just immediately figures it out.
Val Kilmer's voice.
Yeah, and that Val Kilmer voice. But I really do want it to be that like that Zodiac killer type thing of of him killing people, and like you can't catch him. Like every single time.
I would love to see that.
I love how you guys are focusing on like the story of Batman. Because I was laughing at this while we were watching the DC Fandome, was that you guys are excited for Robert Pattinson Batman. Yeah. And then I'm over here going like, I'm excited for Matt Reeves Batman. Like I'm excited to see where this guy can take the direction. Because for me, if listeners don't know, like I'm a huge enthusiast for the direction and the production of certain movies and stuff. So for me, I'm looking at Matt Reeves and going like, okay, buddy, what are you going to be doing here? Like, what are we going to do? Matt Reeves for me, iconic for the sunset stuff, for the sunset scenes, for the scenes in which the character is walking forward towards the camera in a very slow-mo, but the background is iconic. It's either lit up with great lighting, or it's supposed to depict like chaos and the character's still walking forward towards you. The end of the trailer here, we see the Batman coming out of his car with the fiery background in the background as the Penguin is looking at him upside down from his car. And then it shows the Batman. That is an iconic Matt Reeves cinematography, moment right there. Like that is what he wanted.
I am kind of hoping for that. I want it. I do want the entire saying. I want the Kevin Conroy saying. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
I feel like that's going to be more of an ending. Towards the ending, if anything.
Do you think it's going to be said all at once or said one at a time? I am vengeance.
Well, no, that's the thing. I feel like in the movie, halfway into it or in the beginning, we'll just have him say, "I am vengeance."
I think it's the end of the movie, and I feel like it's the final battle between him and and the Riddler. Of him going like, "I am the night. I am vengeance. I am." And then like right when like instead of like Kevin Conroy did that like the booming voice of like him screaming, he's gonna like it's gonna be he finally has Penguins like circled in, and then he finally like pulls him in and then goes, I'm Batman. Just to put like shivers down the Penguin's like spine.
Well, because
then beat the shit out of him.
Because Matt Reeves knows
Beat the fuck out of him.
No, Matt Reeves knows how to get you centralized on a character.
Right.
He did that with Caesar. He did that at Dawn of the Planet of the Apes with what's his face's name? The other ape that basically is against this entire regime.
Koba.
There it is. Yeah,
Koba.
he did that. He makes you feel for those characters. How could you not have faith in Matt Reeves saying, like, you want to feel for the Batman? We're going to make you feel for the Batman. Catwoman, we're going to make you feel what her mission statement is. We're going to make you feel the mission statement of the Riddler. The Riddler's not badass in terms of fighting, but he's going to get in your head. He's not going to fuck with the Batman. He's going to fuck with you and you, Rene.
But the thing is that what I want to feel is I want to feel what they've set up. I want to feel the thing of Selina Kyle being the one that got away. I really do. I want to feel like there is some kind of like relationship between here. There's some passion between the two of them, or like, because they keep using Selina Kyle, but I feel like they just kind of go like, well, they get together at the end, and they're just kind of like assuming, because I mean Nolan did the same thing, where he put Selina Kyle in, and they just kind of like
they don't really establish like a romantic relationship.
That's
not
thing.
Yet.
Well, the thing is that in Tim Burton's they kind of did.
No, hang on. Take that back. It might actually happen, because in the trailer for this one that just came out, the scene of the sunset shows Batman. It's a beautiful fucking scene, by the way. It's Batman and Catwoman kind of sharing a moment as the sun rises, or it looks like it rises. That doesn't look like a sunset. That looks like a rise of the sun.
It might be a metaphor. That's why I'm saying the sunset might actually be the final scene.
You think it's a final scene?
It could be the final scene of the movie, or it could be like near the end. Because I think it's going to be. What's going to happen is that the movie is going to take place, and it's going to be one long night. Like at a certain point, you're just gonna go like you're gonna have like these day scenes, and then at a certain point, like halfway through the movie, it's gonna be like them dealing with the Riddler, like chasing him through the city throughout a night, and then that automatically, and then the end of the movie is the sun rising, and it's like we've captured the Riddler, we've put away Falcone, we've put away the Penguin, like it was a hell of a night, and everything like that.
That makes sense, because there's a shot in the trailer where he's just like muddy and dirtied up and stuff like that.
Where he looks beaten. He just looks beaten.
That he's literally been through some crap throughout the whole night.
And it looks like he's been like fighting all night long and stuff like that. And I think that's also where that scene comes in, where he beats the hell out of the criminal.
But that takes away from like the actual. I don't think that could happen, because there's a lot of scenes that transition from like a night to day cycle. So you can't have in one night him beating. Do you think those guys are like Joker? Like followers, or
I don't think they're Joker followers. I think if anything, they're trying to go off of the mutants.
Okay.
Because they have the Jokers inside of Batman Beyond, but the Joker's highly, they jump off of the Joker.
Yeah, I feel like Matt Reeves wouldn't use the Joker as a character that's been like established.
Because the Joker gang is specifically like a big gang that like represents the Joker.
I think Matt Reeves is pushing away from the Joker. He doesn't want to use him.
I feel like that's more of a last term, villain that he'll use. I feel like he has more plans for other villains.
You think that this? Oh well, I'll leave that to the end.
Honestly, I really do hope that Matt Reeves does the same thing that he does for Riddler, and just starts bringing in a lot of like B to C list villains, because I mean the Riddler is technically an A-list villain. He's up there on the.
But we haven't seen him utilized like this.
Yeah, we haven't seen him utilized
not as a
properly.
catalyst for something.
Exactly, and like he is in Riddler can be an A-list villain. Even in the show that you were talking about, The Batman. There's an entire I think it's like a 2-episode arc of like him chasing down the Riddler and the Riddler like trying to and the whole point of it is the Riddler trying to outsmart the cops.
Because the Riddler has always been used as like that villain that makes him question his motives and stuff. It's always been that way. If the Riddler has always been prominent in any story arc, he's always the one that makes Batman question what his motives are, what he's going to be doing, and if it's the right thing that he's doing here.
Not necessarily, because the Riddler in like that one, but also the Batman in the Batman animated series and like a lot of other things, the Riddler always tries to give that thing of what's more important, finances or the people that live, the people that work here, and stuff like that. Like you can stop the bomb that'll save the building. But if you stop the bomb, I'll inject the people that work here with poisonous gas.
Yeah.
It's very much a soft
he's
thing
luring
of, like,
them in,
yeah, where you're luring them in, and then it's very much like a morality tale of like what's morally right. I can save the building and it won't explode, or I can save the people that work here.
It seems like this Riddler is really focusing on like what you just said, on what kind of person you are.
Well, he's a vigilante.
He's
less of a supervillain and more of a vigilante because he's trying to clean up Gotham.
Yeah.
He is, and I think that's an interesting idea because that also brings us back. And Matt Reeves is already starting to tease that the idea of, did Batman create his villains, or did the villains create Batman?
The first part of the trailer is him getting arrested
so much. Yeah.
And I think that's so interesting of the idea of like, would we be dealing with the Riddler if you never became Batman? And that's not really a thing that they kind of come up with inside the Nolan movies, or inside of Keaton.
Never in the cinematic movies. Always in like, they always mention that in the animated movies, and they did that. They mentioned that again in Long Halloween.
Exactly.
When
like
a Maroni thug was like, it makes me think, if we would ever had these psychopaths.
It wasn't until you shown up that we started to like have these different psychopaths, like the clowns and stuff.
Things got real weird when you showed up.
Yeah.
And everything like that, and it really does go into that whole thing of like, did what? It's like the chicken and the egg. What came first?
Yeah.
And everything like that, and the argument could be made that Batman created his own villains. Because it was one of those things because even in like Watchmen, that was like a huge thing in Watchmen of them going like, well, the bad guys started wearing masks, so then we started wearing masks and stuff like that. Of like, there's this new vigilante that's on the table and he's wearing a mask and he has a gimmick. Yeah. So that means that we have to wear masks and wear a gimmick and everything like that. And it's so cool. I'm really interested to see how it is because I'm also really looking forward to Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Yeah. That and the actor they got for the Riddler too. He was in a lot
Paul
of
Dano?
stuff. Yeah.
Paul Dano is so good
at playing like that like creepy kind of like villain thing, because he was in Prisoners, that movie Prisoners with Hugh Jackman.
He's in a lot of movies. He's in Prisoners. He's also in There Will Be Blood.
Great.
He's as the preacher, as the preacher, and everything else, and everything. And I think that Paul Dano is going to kill it as the Riddler. Definitely. I mean, I really do think that Jim Carrey could have killed it as the Riddler. I think the only problem is that for Jim Carrey, because Jim Carrey is the last technically Riddler we really kind of see.
But the thing was is that they capitalized on his humor more than his acting ability.
Because Jim Carrey can act.
He can act,
and he can be real, like, serious and everything else, and then add humor into it. But the problem is that Joel Schumacher kind of just went, all right, Jim, do whatever you want.
Yeah. He even told him, like, be like the Joker.
Yeah, they were saying like Joker it up. He told it to both of them. He told it to both him and also Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah. He told both of them like Joker it up because that's what people want to see. Because obviously that's why Batman '89 did so well, is because he went real crazy and Jokered it up and everything like that, and that's why you have the Harvey Dent we have inside those movies.
Oh gosh!
And because Harvey Dent is supposed to be like also very like to the law.
Yeah,
like he's supposed to have like this Law and Order type.
What are you looking?
No, I just love how, because I literally thought in my head, I was just like, "Welcome to the Batman podcast," because you guys went from like the Batman all the way down to like Batman '89 to like Jim Carrey as the Riddler. You guys were on it. I was just like, "What the heck?" You guys are dissecting this to a level that I've never seen before.
The thing is that because you can grab Matt Reeves and you can see what he's doing.
No, there's obvious influence to that,
and you can see what he's doing and just kind of like you can kind of like compare it to like where the characters have been kind of shown.
You guys can dissect it to a point that's like unbelievable, which is awesome, because that's exactly what we need to see here in terms of like what Matt Reeves is doing. He's not just going to be producing a Batman movie. He's going to be producing a story that's going to be probably iconic for the next couple of years. Like Christopher Nolan's, Dark Knight trilogy is still iconic. Granted, take it for what it is. You're never going to forget this trilogy of movies.
See, I feel I've always said this. I've always said that the best Batman movies are the ones where if you pulled Batman out of it, the movie would still work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are the best Batman movies. And I feel like because that's how The Dark Knight is.
Yeah.
If you were to take out the Batman elements from this, and you were just to say that Batman is a cop dealing with a crazy person like the Joker, that movie would still work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else. Like, it just so happens that it takes place in Gotham City.
So,
whereas, like, for this one, I feel like it's exactly the same thing of what about if the Zodiac Killer showed up in Gotham City?
Yeah.
And happened to just leave riddles everywhere.
So I'm going to ask you guys this because we have to wrap up this this issue pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask 2 questions for you guys,
It's
okay?
only an hour 22.
Well, we talked for like 10 minutes beforehand, so we're good. But I got 2 questions to ask you guys. So we've had this conversation before where we look at different actors or voice actors that have portrayed Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Okay, so we've said, for me personally, Kevin Conroy is the perfect Bruce Wayne / Batman because you can separate the two. He's got a good voice. He's got a great voice for Bruce Wayne, and when he dons the cowl, it's the kind of voice,
If no one's ever noticed, go back and go listen to Kevin Conroy. There's a couple of interviews with Kevin Conroy. I still think that some of the best ones are Kevin Smith's ones.
Yeah.
With Kevin Conroy that he actually does, because Kevin actually explains what he was doing. Mm-hmm. And he even says, like, I always thought that Batman should be more gravelly and he should be like, oh yes, I am the knight. And then and then Bruce would always be higher pitched because he was very innocent and he didn't know he didn't know how evil the world was because he was put away into his manor and everything else. And so you can definitely hear the difference in the tonation of Batman, and you can hear it when it's Bruce Wayne.
So are we going to get that with Robert Pattinson? Because so far the trailers
doesn't sound like
the trailers have just shown the Batman. It has not shown us Bruce Wayne, and that's a little bit where I'm kind of like I'm getting a little bit scared because we can't just have a Batman movie. We have to have the alter ego Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Is he going to submit into the Batman?
But I feel that there is going to be some differentiation because the way that Pattinson was talking about it, because he was saying that Bruce mixes the two.
But keep in mind,
I think you're going to get this tonation of a higher Pattinson. He's going to, I feel like he's going to have a higher tone when he's talking, and then when something kind of triggers him as Batman, where it's like, I heard that there were some criminals downtown or something like that. He's then going to be like, oh yeah, and then immediately jump to that deeper tone, and immediately because he even says he doesn't know how to separate the two. And everything else, and I feel like that's kind of where I feel like it's gonna mix a lot.
But are we getting the entrepreneur Bruce Wayne, or are we just getting a shell of a Bruce Wayne? Because that's the thing, is that when you think of these characters, these actors have to play 2 developed characters. They have to play a Batman who is going through a bunch of shit, who's gonna be figuring out who he is, how to take care of the city, keeping his morals, and then we're gonna get entrepreneur, playboy. We're going to be getting the guy that has to kind of hide from everything, Bruce Wayne.
It's year 2, so I'm assuming that it's going to be very much he is unsure of how to manage both.
Do you think that we're not going to get the entrepreneur aspect of Bruce Wayne?
I don't think that we're going to get the playboy Bruce Wayne. I think it's going to be the very much Bruce Wayne is a shut-in.
But is he still going to do business?
I think he'll do business, but I think he does business through other entities like Lucius Fox, and he does everything like that. I think that our Bruce Wayne is a shut-in. I think that because that's what I'm saying. He doesn't know how to turn it off. He doesn't know, hey, I need to be Bruce Wayne right now. Like, I need to go to Wayne Tower and I need to go deal with whatever is happening there. Yeah. And then on my free time, I can deal with Batman issues.
Yeah, it's just Spider-Man up. He's going to be like, I can't handle these 2 responsibilities.
He's going to be basically mostly focusing on being the vigilante more. And then I think that's why we have Alfred in this one. Obviously,
he looks battle worn.
Yeah.
With that scar across his face.
Yeah, I love it.
Speaking of which, he looks like the Cape Crusader. The Batman from like that CG version of the Batman. I think it was called the Cape Crusader.
The Cape Crusader, yeah.
Yeah, and that was in that one, I think he was a ISB or something like that. He was some kind of British intelligence, and I'm almost positive this is going to be the same thing with him.
Same thing when is also he could be the Earth 1 Batman. I mean Earth 1 Alfred, where he was like a royal guard for the Queen and stuff like that.
Yeah, that also could be. I mean, he also could have worked for. Because my thing is that they're really pushing Pennyworth, and I don't know why.
Well, I'm glad. Honestly, I'm glad that's finally on HBO Max because I wasn't gonna watch that on Epic.
we were talking about that. It's like it's fine. No disrespect to the actors. They're doing some. Props to them and the production team.
But glad it's funny they're doing the show. Yeah. But there's no way of me watching the show.
It's just funny to me that like during the whole thing. They were like, it's finally streaming on HBO Max.
They were happy too.
And we're just like, and Rene and I both look at each other. We're just kind of like, I mean, what other network would have fucking picked that up? Like, no one was going to pick up that shit anyways. No, I didn't even know they were still making Pennyworth.
I thought, yeah, that's the same thing too. When I saw that they were promoting season 3, I'm like, wasn't it canceled?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was on season 2. I thought it was on season 2. I legitimately went, holy shit! They made 3 seasons of this bitch.
Yeah,
like
there's more than one.
There's more than one season. It's not. But the thing is that I tried watching the pilot of Pennyworth, and it's
and he threw up.
No. Here's the problem though. No. I feel that Fox doesn't understand the property of Batman.
Sorry, he watched Gotham and he threw up.
That's true.
No, because it did feel like Gotham. That's what it felt like.
I watched Gotham, the first episode of Gotham, and I was just like, nope, I can't do this.
No, it was, like, Gotham was good up until, like, maybe episode 6.
When they introduced the Joker?
Like, no, when they introduced it, like, more...
The Joker didn't show up until, like, the end of season 1.
They were already, like, hinting at villains, like Poison Ivy, Crane... what is it?
Alice.
Without a Batman?
Without a Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they were showing that they were young, but then for some reason, it was like, oh no, they're kind of already established.
Like, they're all So in that Batman universe, it's very much the villains created Batman. Mm-hmm. It's very, very strictly defined.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves said, fuck that. Mm-hmm. Batman created his villains.
And they introduced like Court of Owls like season 3 or 4.
Yeah, Court of Owls wasn't established. It wasn't Court. Is it okay? Correct me if I'm wrong.
They like fight a Talon and shit like that.
Court of Owls.
That's fine, but
also, what was it? Azrael was introduced in like season like 3.
Hold up, who created the Court of Owls? Was that Scott Snyder?
Yes.
So this is a fairly recent addition.
Yes.
To the story of Batman, absolutely. But the problem is that if you go by the Batman story, Batman never finds out about these until he's an adult.
Adult, yeah.
But he's also been Batman for like years. Like he's been Batman.
That's the thing.
They read Nick's diary and they said, "How can we get him to watch the show?" Court of Owls.
No,
They
read my diary and went, "We should never follow this."
See, the thing is, the best way to do that, if you're gonna do like a prequel Batman series, is that have the young Bruce Wayne investigate that. But he never finds out. And then, like, maybe, like, at the end of the episode, you see, like, a Talon when he's, like, finally given up on, like, oh, yeah, you know what? Like, the Court of Owls don't exist. You know, that's just that. And then, like, he walks away. And then, like, you see, like, a Talon up on, like, a building or something. And then that's it. That's it. You never mention the Court of Owls again.
I think that, if anything, you should have... Yeah, I think that you should always tease the Court of Owls, but never show them if you're introducing...
Same thing with, like, just the villains in general. Is, like,
you could...
Yeah.
is just tease the villains, never show them. Like
but I feel like it should always. But that's the problem with having a young Bruce Wayne, because the problem is that you should never really. I think that for one, they need to have just a year 1 Batman show. Yeah. Just have a show where Batman literally just do the Green Arrow show, but just make it fucking Batman.
No, it's called the Batman animated series.
Well, Batman animated series is fine, but I think, literally just do the Green Arrow. Mm-hmm. With fucking Batman.
Well, Arrow. That was the original pitch of Arrow.
I'm going to say this, right?
That was the pitch of Arrow. Literally, the pitch of Arrow was, why don't we do Nolan's Batman in a TV show?
I'm going to say this, okay? If the producers of the Batman animated series like listen to this, I want them to know.
I don't know why you keep bringing it up.
I bring it up because I recently started watching it again.
It's the only animated series you've seen, isn't it?
No, it's the only one. I said I've seen them all. He's
bitch. He's like, oh no, that's the only one I got. So I gotta drain it for everything.
Because you know what? Now that Rene said that he barely remembers this one, I want it to be known that the producers know if they listen to this and they're like, why is this kid mentioning, like, why is this guy mentioning, like, the Batman animated series?
worry, guys,
I'm gonna be like, listen, I fucking love that show, okay? I fucking loved it.
Right.
I want them to know that. So that way, I want to be the spokesperson that tells people, like, if you have not seen the Batman animated series, like the one that came out in the 2000s, go fucking watch it. It's on HBO Max.
Speaking of animated series, I like how this just became the Batman Con podcast because I love it.
The Drunken Batman
podcast. But I'm really looking forward to the Cape Crusader. Looking forward to the Cape.
I'm super excited because you have
Cape
both
Crusader.
Bruce Timm and Matt Reeves working on that.
And J.J. Abrams.
Yes.
Hey, high five.
And I think that's because especially since his first idea for it was, what if I just did the Batman the animated series?
Oh yeah, we just made it adult,
continued.
But just made it more adult.
Yeah.
So do you think that Kevin Smith out there is going like, fuck, why couldn't I be on this? Or do you think he's actually going to produce something?
You know what? Honestly, because Kevin Smith actually did. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If anything, go watch the Paul Dini Kevin Smith episode. It's one of the best episodes of Fat Man on Batman. Because it was before Mark Bernardin got on there and everything like that. Before it was Fat Man Beyond, and it was Fat Man on Batman. And the idea
I think you told me this, yeah.
And the cool thing was that Gotham was just coming out. I think literally Gotham was coming out that week when they had the podcast. And they literally went through an entire thing. But instead, it was, what about if Bruce Wayne was a teenager that went to a boarding school with all the villains? And it was very much like Skull and Bones. Of like he went to college and like while he was at college, like he started running into like these different societies.
But they're not villains yet, obviously.
And they're not villains yet.
Yeah,
but like
they're
he
the
meets,
characters.
He meets like Celia Kyle. And like Celia Kyle could be like this like bratty like or this like girl that like he meets that doesn't go to the school but she like goes to all the parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, shows up and then maybe like swipes a couple of students.
Swipes a couple of students like things and everything like that. And like it was such an interesting idea. And I'm so disappointed that it never, like, nothing ever came of it and everything like that. Once again, I actually asked Bruce Timm about it. And he said that was a...
You asked Bruce Timm?
I asked, Paul Dini. I asked Paul Dini about it.
I was like, you talked to Bruce Timm? Jesus Christ.
No, I talked to Paul Dini.
Where's the connections, buddy?
I talked to Paul Dini about it when I met him. And Paul Dini literally goes, there are some conversations you shouldn't have when you're high and on a podcast.
That's what you told. That's what he. And you know what? Paul Dini's wisdom came to us because now Nick told us. Don't ever talk about a podcast. Just do it.
Yeah. Not only that, because he was like, oh, there was because I guess like they tried to pitch the show and like it didn't take off and stuff like that.
So
and everything else.
We got to wrap this up pretty soon. But I got one more question for you guys.
I just want to talk about Batman all night.
So question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do we see because I'm going to give you guys my thought before I let you guys take over for the next like 5 minutes. Do we see more Batman movies from Matt Reeves? I want to say yes, and I would love to see this. We get a year 2 Batman in The Batman.
Right.
Then we jump 5 years down into the future, and then we get Batman being trained by the League of Assassins. Okay.
I don't
hang
want
on.
him trained
Hang on. Or we get him to the point where he's able to train or fight, actually fight without getting his ass kicked. We don't get the Joker yet, but we do get like a good villain. And I'm going to leave it up to you. Hang on. Wait.
It's his pitch.
It's my pitch, okay? Right. You have your 5 minutes in a bit. Dick.
I have a lot of bits.
So we jump like 5-7 years, and then the last movie that Matt Reeves does is going to be like a 10-year, 15-year jump. It's going to be, Bruce Wayne and his older self trying to kind of like end the Batman regime, trying to see what he's going to be doing and all this other stuff. Maybe not in that exact timeline, but do we see a time jump in between every single Batman movie? I would like to see that. It doesn't have to be to that extreme from like 7 to 15. It could be smaller, but I would be very interested in seeing if Matt Reeves picks up 2 more Batman movies and says, we're going to take Robert Pattinson. Wait.
You keep asking.
Bitch, I'm not done.
Okay, keep talking.
God damn. Nick, that's what you sound like. Relax.
I'll fuck you up.
I want to see a time jump, but I do see maybe... I am vengeance. I am the knight. But I do want to see maybe 2 more movies from Matt Reeves. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I want to.
All right, boys, go for it.
So I want a Batman trilogy. I really do. But the next one, I do want a Robin.
Yes.
I want an actual
What Robin? What Robin?
I would like Dick. I want Dick.
Love Dick.
I want the dick
I
that
love
came
it.
through the TV. I
love
want to suck it.
I love me some good Dick.
Dick is so good.
So, no, I really do want a Dick Grayson, but I want that we do not explain Dick Grayson's backstory. I want to just be, when we get into the next one, Dick Grayson is already established.
Okay.
Oh,
So that way you can already have a teenage Dick Grayson. You don't have a kid Dick Grayson.
Does he die? Oh no! Wait,
No,
that's Jason Todd.
That's Jason
never mind.
Todd. But what I do want is I want that kind of butting heads of this.
Oh, when he's older, yeah.
When he's older, of like this butting heads, but I want an entire movie of that. I don't want the Batman and Robin version of it because it seems very petty. I want this idealism of I can do this. I can do the job that you've trained me to do. Trust me. And everything else. And I think that would be really interesting because what I want is at the very end of this Batman movie.
Goes to the Haley Circus.
He goes to the Haley
Yes!
Circus.
I was just thinking that right now.
That is the after credits.
Like
scene.
Alfred's like, I got you tickets to the circus.
Yes.
You know?
That's very much what I want. I want or just like, oh yeah, I have
He talks to like Selena or something.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, we have tickets to go to Haley Circus today, and I hear the Graysons are
the Flying Graysons are
performing and stuff like that, and I feel like it's so campy and everything like that. And
it's a campy Matt Reeves movie.
But the thing is that it very much would lead to that kind of like after the end of this movie to a cheerier end. To like, oh yeah, we're going to the circus, or like Batman is very much trying to live his life, and he figures out that there is a separation between being Batman and being Bruce. Like I have to actually entertain myself, and that would then lead him to going to the circus, and then that would then lead to the Haley Circus, would then lead him to having Dick Grayson, because I want Dick Grayson early. I want Dick Grayson when he's like 3-4 years in. And the reason I want that is because now I'm trying to figure out how to be Batman, but I'm also trying to figure out how to be a dad.
Oh, so we don't get a Robin, we get a Robin at the end. I want
that time skip
in the next movie.
In the sequel.
Oh, you want the Batman to end with the circus.
Yes. And then in the next movie, it's already been like 3 or 4 years past
and
since
he already has a Robin.
Yeah.
Okay.
He already has a Robin,
now,
and Robin's established, because I don't want to go through that whole thing again of reintroducing Robin.
I gotta find out he's Batman and stuff.
What if
it's a pain in the ass?
What if in the third time skip we get a already Red Hood Jason Todd or a dead Jason Todd?
No, I want Under the Red Hood.
In the third one?
No, not a live action. I don't think we've seen that enough.
No, and here's the reason why.
Okay.
I think that you can pull off, especially with Matt Reeves. So far from what I've seen from Matt Reeves, I feel like you can definitely pull this off, because Under the Red Hood is a detective story. It is very much a detective story, especially since he is going more towards the detective role. I think that it would be very interesting to then kind of do Under the Red Hood, because as an older Bruce, and now you have, and in the third one, he is now, Robin is now
Nightwing.
Yes.
He is now a Nightwing, and everything like that. And you very much kind of, you can do Under the Red Hood. You basically just copy and paste that shit. That's literally like, or change it up and everything else. But I think having a serial killer that's in Gotham, that's killing only criminals and everything else, is so impactful. And the fact that it then goes into Batman's history, because then you can then cut into the movie flashbacks of Jason. And you can then kind of have like these moments of him like rethinking Jason and everything like that. And the whole point of the movie is literally the fact that Jason Todd is upset why you haven't killed the Joker. And I feel like that the third one would be the first time you see the Joker.
I would have much rather prefer a story with Barbara Gordon.
I don't want to see Barbara Gordon.
I do. I want to see Batgirl.
I've seen fucking Batgirl too many fucking times.
Well, that's you. I'm good with I'm good with that Barb.
No, because we've seen Batgirl so many times.
Anyways, Rene, what's your take?
It's almost the same thing as Nick's, honestly.
Damn right.
You don't want a Batgirl?
I would like a Batgirl, but we're getting a Batgirl movie already.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're doing a standalone Batgirl movie.
Oh.
So,
okay, in that case.
And we've already had Batwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, if anything, I think in my case, like later down the road for when it comes to Matt Reeves, I mean, I know everyone's already sick of this character, but I would love to see his take on Joker. By the time like the third movie comes around,
I would love to see his version of Killer Croc.
that would be interesting too. If anything, if Matt Reeves is going the way that he's going, I do want to see either C-list villains taken more likely.
Or Two-Face.
No.
I feel like Two-Face is enough. Solomon Grundy. I would love to see Calendar Man more.
I would jizz so hard because
I
in
feel
this
like
movie Calendar Man shows up.
You see the potential Calendar Man in The Long Halloween. You know, watch the
really.
animated movie. You see that he is an actual scary threat of a villain.
Yes,
you know?
he is somebody to be taken seriously.
Yes, and Calendar Man would be perfect for Matt Reeves' world of Batman.
I don't know where I want Condiment King. I don't know where. I
want Kite Man and Condiment King.
Yes,
I want
definitely in the
Condiment
beginning of
King.
like those movies where he's just like, you know, and then Alfred, you know, he's talking to Alfred on the the comms.
Can
he's
you
just
believe
like,
this happened?
Yeah, he's like, sir, can you believe that we're dealing with a villain called Condiment King? You know, like
he refers to himself as Condiment King.
Yeah, he seems to be teaming up with a Kite Man.
So I will say
No,
that
I want them still to be rivals. I want them to be fighting in the middle of a fucking banquet hall,
trying to be like, I'm the bigger villain. No, I'm the
bigger
bigger villain.
and Batman and fucking Matt Reeves Batman dropping in, and then not only that, no, but as he drops in to then get hit with a kite, and he gets sprayed with mustard, and then like him just kind of going like, the fuck,
Yeah.
and then just like, you know what, fuck this bullshit, and just beating the fuck out of both of them. And then just like just hauling. You know what? I don't even need that. I literally just
take him to Arkham or something.
Just dragging them into
Blackgate,
Arkham.
yeah.
Just dragging them into Arkham. Of just like throwing them in, and it's like, this is not the last you shall see of me. I am Condiment King. And then you just have him go like, yeah, I guess.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And then like even when he gets to the Batcave, and it's like, good capture, good my sir. And then it's just like, I don't even remember their names. I don't even remember who they are.
I will say that the Long Halloween, the Alfred in there is fucking awesome because he challenges Bruce Wayne on everything, and it's like that's how he's supposed to be. He's kind of supposed to be a smart ass.
Well,
that's
the
right.
Alfred from the animated series.
Yeah, it's a smart one. It's a good one. Yeah.
It's an Alfred that helps. He's not just a medic. He's not just like the guy that fixes his suit or anything like that or mends it.
What's his name from Zack Snyder's? What's the actor's name?
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy
I love
Jeremy Irons is fucking awesome.
Like Michael Caine's Alfred was okay. Like he was like very.
Didn't Michael Caine just announce he's retired from acting?
I saw that.
He announced it. He's like, I'm done.
Yeah, he was like 78, and he's like,
I'm done.
I get it. He wasn't. He wants.
He's a good actor. He's a great actor.
He's made so much money.
He's also made.
You've earned your rest, King. It's okay.
A shit ton of fucking movies.
You've earned your rest.
Michael. Honestly, it could be a health thing.
That could be it as well.
Shut your mouth.
Well, because that's the reason why.
Shut your mouth.
He's getting old.
Shut your fucking mouth.
That's why Judi Dench quit.
Yeah.
You know that we're getting closer to Betty White's like 100th birthday too.
Yeah.
And people are ordering like National Guard security to like guard her.
Coronavirus gonna kill me, bitch. No. But
I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to fucking put a curse out there. But
that was actually the reason why Judi Dench. I think she retired.
Yeah.
Judi Dench retired because she said, I think like an intern or something like that, or like one of her assistants said that she was having she was trying to do a play. Mm-hmm. And after the play, she retired because she was having a very hard time remembering lines.
I see.
She actually had like, I think she had like a earpiece in her ear, and somebody was reading her lines.
Yeah.
As she was performing.
That's
because
crazy.
she just couldn't remember them to say, like she could go over them for hours, and she couldn't remember shit.
Yeah.
Everything like that, which. It's unfortunate, but it is that it comes with age.
Yeah,
it comes with age and everything like that. She's already done her tenure. Mm-hmm. She's done amazing movies and everything like that. It's it's time to retire.
Really quick sad moment. So, which celebrity death still gets you to this
Robin
day?
Williams.
Yes, same here. When I watch a Robin Williams movie, I'm just still kind of like,
yeah, I ball up.
Yeah,
can't watch Hook. I can't watch Hook anymore.
You know what's another one? Another one that I love watching, but it gets me is Patch Adams.
Patch Adams is good. Mm-hmm. Also, Night at the Museum 3.
Yeah.
Night at the Museum 3 for his goodbye. Mm-hmm. And then also The World of Color.
That one's good. Yeah.
No, because that one actually deals with him dying.
I know it's more of a personal thing. I forget his name. Alton Yelnich or Yelch.
Anton Yelchin.
Yelchin.
Yeah, from
From Star Trek.
Star Trek. Yeah.
The only reason why is because he fucking played a great Chekhov, and
That was just unfortunate.
it's just unfortunate. But for me, it was the part that did we see Beyond? Yeah, my dad thankfully he got to see Beyond before he passed. And hearing his death, I think his death was before the movie premiered.
Right before the movie.
Right before
Same
the
thing
movie
with
premiered.
Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Because he was Leonard Nimoy. No, Leonard Nimoy passed before the second one.
He passed after the second.
Yeah.
He passed after the second. He finished it, and that's why in the last movie and Beyond, he shows or gives Zachary Zachary Quinto the photo of the original Star Trek from Star Trek 4.
Yes, it's the
Or
original,
I forget which one.
It's the original
Enterprise crew.
It's the original Enterprise crew.
So that one still gets me because he had great potential. Robin Williams, obviously. There's another one I can't remember. I'm too gone, and I'm also dying out. So I think we got to close out the podcast. So
no, but I do agree with you. Robin Williams is very much like he has so many like great things. Actually, you know which one is actually also gets me all the time. What's the one where he's a 10-year-old kid?
Jack.
That one gets me.
That one's good. You know what's another good? Sorry, I just love Robert Williams movies.
Yeah.
Another one is
Sorry.
Dead Poets Society.
Oh my God, my captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Oh my God, yes. That's
Love
such
it.
a great
You
scene.
get to see like a young Ethan Hawke as well too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a young Ethan Hawke.
young-
Holy shit.
why can't I think of the movie that Andy and I were watching where we both go like, "Aw," like we knew? I can't remember. It was Robin Williams.
Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man is interesting.
I like that one.
He has a lot of movies where he dies. It's not, and like he has like a lot of really sad deaths.
You know what's a good one that he did was The Birdcage.
Birdcage will put a smile on my face no matter what. Is
Love
going
it.
on.
Guys,
Like
we
the
got to wrap
bird-
up this
the-
podcast
the
now.
Birdcage is amazing.
We got to wrap up. This is another like 10-minute conversation.
I so love that movie. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it at dinner. We'll talk about it at dinner. But you guys will tune in later. And
Maybe we should watch a Robin Williams movie then.
You know what? I'm kind of down.
I was actually going to like recommend The Dark Knight because you guys were talking about it. Like, why don't we just
Nah,
watch the
dude.
Nah,
You know what?
man.
Dark Knight. I've seen
You
that
know
so
what?
many
I want to
times.
cry tonight. Let's do this.
Hook? Should we watch Hook for dinner?
Ball.
What?
Hook for dinner?
Rufio. Rufio.
All right, let's watch Hook. Let's watch Hook. We'll watch Robin Williams.
We're watching Hook.
I'm down to watch
Text
Hook
Mandy
today.
right now.
I'm down to watch Hook today.
All right, guys, so
I love that movie.
we're gonna wrap up this issue.
Sold.
Guys, thank you so much. We had a ton of fun
We're
producing this.
sorry that if you didn't want to learn about anything about Batman, we're sorry. It's just
No, they know what they're getting into. This is keeping up with the nerds. Come on.
keeping up with the nerds. More like keeping up with
You
Batman.
know what? Honestly, we'll get into it later. Anyway, close this out.
Wrap it up.
Let's go ahead. Guys, thank you again for joining us on issue 69. We've had a lot of fun. We looked back on a lot of the stuff that we've been doing. We're happy doing all this, and we hope that we get to bring more of this content to you guys in the future. We've already been talking about, issue 100. We've got another milestone in issue 75, which is 6 more issues from now.
Because 75?
Because it's 3/4 of the way to 100. Obviously, 69 is just a special number. It's a fun number.
It's always a special number.
It's always a special number. Come on, it's a fun number. It's a funny number.
Sure.
Issue 75. We got issue 100. Those are going to be some great issues. So
Issue 100 will be interesting.
yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff planned out for you guys. We're more than motivated to keep going and continue this on for another year. Year 2 is coming upon us as well. So thank you guys for all the support. And again, if you guys like what you saw, tell us about us, or tell your friends about us. Tell us, to follow us on YouTube, on Podbean, on Apple Podcasts, anywhere. Check out our site, keepingupwiththenerds.com. So real quick, I'm going to do my spiel. Find us on keepingupwiththenerds.com. There you guys can find all the information up to date, info with the new releases and everything like that. Nerdy Planet is going to have our mini casts, which are 20 to 30 minute long issues that are going to have, our thoughts on things that we couldn't fit in the podcast. Spets stuff if you want more content. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, where Rene and Nick are going to be posting some stuff up as well with new content that's going to be coming up. Thank you guys for doing that as well. And if you guys like what you saw, follow us on, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, please. us because we love let us know. We want those 5-star reviews. Thank you guys. Follow us on Spotify and on Podbean as well. So we appreciate that. And we're at 75 subscribers on YouTube. Let's get us to 100 by like the end of November. Let's fucking do it. Let's do it. 100 by the end of November, 125 by the end of the year. Let's fucking do this. Let's go ahead. Tell friends. We're at 75. If 50 people from there, go ahead and share this to people. Your friends, your family, your aunts, your moms, whoever it is. Tell them about us. Tell them to subscribe. Tell them to support. We're almost at 125. Let's fucking do this shit. Let's go for it. With that said, we ready to wrap this issue up?
Yep.
Let's do it. Yep. All right. Yep. This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue number 69. My name is Bryan.
I'm Nick.
Rene.
Recording at Undercity Comics in Whittier, California. We want to thank everyone for listening to this issue and hope to see you all next time.